Burnt Tongue by Ian Fisher. Y'all who have been involved on this channel, hold on, let me move this. Okay, y'all who've been involved in this channel know I'm gonna rip my homeboy whenever I get a chance to. This is no exception. Regardless, because nobody else is really going to. Honestly, and I feel like and hope to God, honestly, with this record, they actually do. Also, I hope to God Viral Rack I'm gonna shit on this too, since I requested it. And if I find out he doesn't decide to talk about it, chances are I think he probably heard this then. And that means he's not gonna bother. Regardless, hell, the album cover pretty much speaks for itself. Y'all know Ian is one of the few artists out there that's style combines elements of indie, folk, and country, and anything in between within those genres. So essentially, like, just, of course, indie rock, indie pop, indie folk, indie country, basically. That kind of hodgepodge, and anything, and even to the point of more alternative-based country. Even some leanings towards more progressive, neo-traditional type country stuff, I'd say. I think that's the best way to put it. At least lately, he's been a little bit more of that. And with this record, I feel like he might have made his a psychedelic country record, or a more psych folk, or essentially more neo-folk lenient record. That's kind of has, like, if you listen to his headphones or in it with in-ears, it's really cool. It's kind of trippy. I don't know if he's flirting with any post-rock influences or not. It'd be interesting if he was. I'm not quite sure, but because I can't really say it's as ambient as most post-rock would be, but it definitely has some psychedelic lenient tendencies. I definitely get some slowcore vibe. He's flirted with, like, slowcore and I guess some element of dream country, and I'm wondering if this is his attempt at it, musically, while still kind of keeping some neo-folk influences here and there. I'm Burning, How Far, and for I Think I'll Be There, and One Way Out and No Way Back are tracks he's released as singles for this project. And my favorites, I think One Way Out and No Way Back is my favorite of those. Driftwood and Tires is pretty damn good. I really like A Mother's Love. Like, I feel like using it in a similar sense to what I feel about Miles Kennedy. Track A Mother's Love. Of his track Mother. In a similar sense. Like, as someone who's had some issues when it comes to dealing with his mother, especially when it comes to just the on and off, basically remission, relapse of cancer situations that she's gone through consistently, and having to put up with that at a very young age throughout most of your adolescence and your childhood, yeah, dude. To say something about a mother's love and mean it, yeah, I believe that with you, in this case, man. And it's definitely one I would probably use for Mother's Day, because it does have some heart to it that's really good. I personally think. I mean, it's up to you, but yeah, musically, I was expecting it to turn out as, given this isn't usually in my forte, for some reason with this, like, when it comes to Ian stuff, like, I still champion some of his really early stuff when he went a little bit more rockin'. But for some reasons lately, since American Standards, he seems, or at least even since the last record before that, he's starting to improve a little bit more as just a musician in general. Hell, this record even goes even further than most of them. He still has his usual, alternative country style backing band stuff, but the only thing that would make me want to still say sort of post rock a little bit is the inclusions of jazz instrumentation, which I've never heard him use before. Especially with saxophones and trumpets and stuff. Well, it's some things you would normally would expect from like old school country, even to the extent of like even Johnny Cash, which would also not surprise me for him. But him deciding to go and use jazz saxophones and stuff on certain tracks here, or even on even the skits, the track numbers that are on here, skits 3, 6, and 11, they're called that because they are essentially interludes on the specific numbered track of this album. Essentially, this is the interlude on track number 3, called Skit 3. The track number 6 is Skit 6. Track number 11 is Skit 11. And these interludes aren't terrible, and they're short and sweet and to the fucking point. They don't waste your fucking time like some bands might. Even in the proggier stuff, they tend to do that. Not here. They're pretty cool. I think it might have been Skit 11 or 6 or something where there's jazzy stuff going on like back ends of certain other songs here and there. I think Fire Out of Ash had it. Achilles Heel's a good track. Of the deep cuts, I would say Achilles Heel, Fire Out of Ash. Like I said, A Mother's Love is great. Quiet Down Boy and Me is a very interesting, introspective of a track, and then you have your usual normal love song types, which I feel like he's shown many, and of course the synthesized textures are nice. I genuinely like this thing, and I hope he, like, way more than the previous records, manages to actually break out, musically here with this record, honestly. Or at least gets the kind of attention I feel like this album should deserve. Because it just feels like something I feel like other people should get into, man. I mean, sure, maybe there's some other artists that might have done this within these kind of styles and stuff, but I wouldn't been able, given I've been more on a metal kick and stuff lately, I wouldn't know. But I will say, if this leads you to those other artists, then I think Ian's done his job really well there. I'm very surprised with this, and that he's actually improving on and showing a lot more creative force than I ever thought he was even capable of. Because usually he still sticks in his usual indie, folk, and country pocket. And he's kind of going a little more out of the pocket and actually doing some other stuff that I'm surprised he's doing. In a way that almost makes up for the fact of him not doing the more rock stuff I prefer from him. I feel like, hell, in a way, this feels like him pulling what Weezer did with an OK Human. If you think about it that way, I guess. Because that was surprisingly good. And that was out of Weezer's comfort zone, and he's sort of kind of doing something like that. He's still sticking to some of his guns, but but this still feels sort of has some of that indie rock, country, and folk vibes still, but it's clearly more experimental, more psychedelic rock lenient. Or neo-psychedelic or something of that nature. In fact, the album cover speaks for itself. It actually really, the album cover in itself kind of really does have this sort of trippiness. Like, if you were to look at it too much, you might get hypnotized or something. And this record, listening to it, and if you looked at the album cover, probably would do that. This Burnt Tongue record really surprised me, and I hope it gets good traction with other people that aren't as familiar with him as I am. This is one of those records I feel people need to give a chance. I have certain circles of friends that actually wound up liking Ian stuff, or at least are way more open-minded to this kind of stuff. And I'm God, I hope they give these guys. God, if I record, I hope you do like at least like this one. I've been holding off on him because of requesting it to him and stuff, and I think it's really good. I know you're usually not into the forte of any country or anything like that, but I feel like this was something that you should give a chance to. I'm not saying it tries to reinvent things or opens up certain things that guys like your Orville Pecks or your Adeem the Artist are doing, but from what I've heard at least, don't quote me too much on that, because I haven't had a chance to. I need to at some point. But dude, this is one I feel like people should give a chance to. Hell, I wonder, did he ever have a chance to get on a, like with this album? It would be cool to see how he would pull this off at something like an Austin City Limits, because this is definitely like a lot of his stuff is always something that I feel like deserves to be on Austin City Limits. That kind of stuff, you know. And I don't even know if that's still going on, or if Pandemic kind of put a halt to that or something, which kind of would make me sad too. But anyways, there's a very Austin City Limits feel of this record for sure. I hope he does get some traction. I really feel like this might be one of his best stuff post his Webster years and everything, and in his post his past, present, future phase stuff. Or this is basically of the Snow Star Record stuff. This is that era that we're in still. This is his best. This is his best. And I hope people give this a shot. Please, for the love of fucking God, this album deserves something, man. He's stuck with the same people he's always done, but it seems that everyone involved, including Ian, it's like, I feel like he's finally unleashed even more aspects of his vision than he ever did when he was more rock-oriented and all that stuff, which I think he just transitioned most of that more towards his stuff with Nowhere Train. It's just a shame I couldn't get into it because of the language barriers at the time. May have to change my mind about that in the future, but that's just, if there's a full length album to be released, like, Ian, if you see this, let me know about that shit or something. But yeah, please give this album a shot, dude. Earth Ton, by Ian Fisher. What did you guys think of it? If you had a chance to, he's got the album's on Bandcamp. You can find it on YouTube Music and Spotify as well. So it's not going to be that hard to find streaming wise, at least. I can understand people who still like to do the vinyls and stuff would definitely get a kick out of this record for sure. But even more so, fucking even with CD and with your in-ears and in headphones, it's definitely quite worthy listen. Just give it a chance. I can't. I didn't think I'd have to say this, man, but fuck it. Horns Up Masterclass. Fuck it. If no one else sees it, I don't understand you. I don't know if I ever will. Fuck this thing. Fuck, this thing's good. Hell, I hope this gets better traction than that Yodel Yachty record. I'm going to say that. I probably need to give that a listen first. So don't quote me entirely on that. But yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping this does get better traction than Yodel Yachty. I really do. I genuinely do. But that's just me. What did you guys think? Hopefully, if you guys had a chance to listen to Ian Fisher's Bird Ton, what did you guys think of it? Leave a comment below, let me know. You know, I'm genuinely not just saying this just because he's my homie. I really didn't have very high expectations going into this. I liked American Standards, but I didn't have high expectations going into this, because I didn't really deep dive a whole lot into the singles, and I just knew something was coming, and I just was waiting until it came out, and then it did, and it just felt like it was a pleasant surprise out of nowhere for me. And it really kind of lives up to that. In fact, it's probably even better than what the singles kind of would lead you to believe. Genuinely. Yeah. Shit. Please just give it a listen. I wasn't expecting to talk about it like this. I might be surprised than most of you. Shit. Again, horns up. Possible masterclass year. Yeah, what did you think? If you like this video, like the like button, throw some us. Leave a comment below, let me know. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, y'all. Damn, Ian. Damn. When the fuck you gonna show up locally again? I'm still looking for... I kind of want to show my girlfriend your stuff, dude. Or at least I'm trying to. I don't know how it's going to work because she's not that into country, so... You'd hope the indie stuff portion of you will work. This seems closer to that anyways. Take care.